I sensed some deception, but her illusion is powerful. How else did she hide her nature from me? As for Arana, do you think we can convince her and her rebels to join our cause? You spoke to Rodda? Did he... No matter. If Rodda al-Siran is here, our time grows short. Talk to Kadak. If he deems what you tell him worthy, maybe he'll finally be willing to work with me. Then we can figure out how to deal with the Grey Host. It was only a matter of time before Radha and I crossed paths again. I just didn't think it would be this soon. Radha al-Siran and I... we have a complicated history. There was a time when Radha and I stood united in purpose, to preserve the lives and welfare of vampires. Then, as now, our kin suffered under Molag Bol's curse, and the cruelty of mortal hunters. Not exactly. At least, not all at once. When I first met Rodda, he was immensely proud but utterly consumed by his failures. He tried to find relief in bloodshed and battle, but he was truly lost. I did my best to help him. Yes, his bloodlust gave way to introspection, and introspection led to study. He was already a peerless scholar. All Onse were, but he became fascinated with vampire texts. Eventually, he found a new purpose. Vampiric salvation. To accomplish this, he needed to break Molag Bol's hold over us and stop mortals from hunting us. I counseled peace with mortals, and for a while he agreed. But things changed, and I left the Grey Host. I thought he died with them. I was, and even now, centuries later, I still carry that shame. The Raven Watch is more than a noble house and a fellowship of good vampires. It's an atonement. For things I failed to do, friends I failed to save. From mortals, and from themselves.
Sentry Bodful sent word. The Grey Host is...
I'll hear no more of this! Go! I want to talk to the outsider. The outsider returns? But are you a true warrior? Or a parasite like these damned leeches? Did you do as Lady Boleyn asked? Did you deal with Arana? Tell me you have her head in your pack. I've got a pike on the walls waiting to be decorated. That's not what you are asked to look into. Still, it confirms my own suspicions about my own keep witch. Don't look so surprised. I'm not half as stupid as people think, Rover. Allow! I can count on 3 fingers the number of people I allow in Understone Keep. The rest, they come and go as they please. Let me tell you about the Ember Dance. It's a ceremony we perform here in the Reach. Have you ever heard of it? We grab a handful of hot coals and dance on a bit of straw. Ah, these coals burn, Rover, right to the bone. But if you drop even one, the straw lights, and the flames take all of you to Molag Bal. Do you see? Boleyn's a hot coal. So I grip her tight. I'm going to sharpen my sword. And wait. If you and the noble plan to fight the Grey Host, I won't stop you. But remember, Markarth is more than dwarven stones and high walls. It's strength. Make Arana understand that. That's how you can help. Still begging! I should have the tongue ripped from your head and... God damn it, Rover. A favor for a favor, That's the Reach way. All right, tell the noble. Our Carrick will see him whenever he's ready. You think I'm foolish to keep Lady Boleyn close, don't you? It takes a bit of foolishness to rule this place, don't you know? You tell this high elf of yours. I'll see him if he wants. We made a deal. we gather in the city and leave them free to find whatever bit of dwarven nonsense brought them to the Reach in the first place. Of course, Lady Belain brokered that peace, so now I suppose our bargain is suspect. The city walls are still our strongest play, Rover. Like headstones, they mark the thousands of enemies who died, trying to breach Markarth's defenses. We'll bide our time and wait for the Grey Host to show their true intentions. Then I'll act. That's a title given to me by outsiders. I use it to frighten the neighbors and keep away the riffraff. I'm the Ard of Markarth. Leovic, the last Longhouse Emperor, was my cousin. I inherited the throne by blood. Had to keep it by blood, too. You ask more questions than my third wife. Leovic's clan, my clan, squabbled over the scraps after Varen murdered my cousin. Pretty soon, they came to take my city. So I bound their ankles and tossed them all to the rocks, head first. All that were left, aye, and the word is executed, not murdered. An Ard offers food, freedom, and protection with his right hand. With his left, he promises cruelty and punishment. Those that covet the right get the left. Simple as that. No, that story's far worse. And no, I won't be telling it this day. Because I'm the Ard of Markarth, and she refuses to heed my commands. Look, every Reach warrior who dies fighting Arana's private war against the Grey Host makes all of us weaker. We need our strength, now, more than ever. Markarth's the safest place right now. No matter how well Arana and her rebels know the hills. The vampires and the werewolves sniff them out. If she keeps getting my best fighters killed, I swear I'll hang her from the city walls by her own guts!
Belain, I've been watching, but Lady Belain hasn't returned to Understone Keep yet. I wonder how the Ard plans to deal with her. Speaking of Ard Kadok, will he meet with me now? Will he help us stop Rada al-Siron and the Grey Host? Well, that's some progress, at least, and farther than I was able to get on my own. Thank you. I'll talk to Kadok, then I'd like to make contact with Arana. We'll need the rebels' help and more if we're going to defeat the Grey Host. The investigations uncovered that Ard Kadok's advisor, Lady Belain, is working with the Grey Host, and that she's a vampire. To hide that from me takes great power. Tell me exactly what you heard during Rada al-Siron's conversation with her. With your warning, Ard Kadok can decide what to do with Lady Belain's advice in the future. As to why they care that Reach folk gather within the city, I'll need to think about that. Did you hear anything else of significance during their exchange? Rada tried to use dwarven devices once, but nothing came of it. Interesting. As I toured the city, I met Nolavan. He works with dwarven scrap in the southeast section of Markarth. Maybe he can lead us to this keystone before Lady Belain acquires it. Despite occupying the ruins of their lost civilization, few Reach folk want anything to do with dwarven devices. That's why Nolavan intrigued me. While you deal with him, I'll seek out Arana's rebels. If I can't find them, they will surely notice me. And so I shall, briefly. Kadok has a city full of Reach folk to deal with, so I don't want to unduly distract him. Then I need to locate Arana. If we can get the rebels to work with us against the Grey Host, we'll have more than a fighting chance.
I love it. They have a kind of rhythm to them, and it's just a matter of learning the steps.
The yard had strange visitors today. Outsiders asking about Rana.
The witch? Were they friend or foe?
My rooks couldn't tell. He met them in private, without Lady Boleyn.
Wonder if she's finally fallen out of favor with
You
the
there?
Yard.
You matched the description I was given. I have a message for you from Lyris Titanborn. The Titanborn wanted me to find you and tell you she was on her way, but she had something she had to look into first. She said that if you weren't incredibly busy, she could use your help. Mentioned that you had an uncanny knack for solving problems. All I know is she found something at the Reachwind ritual site. It really got her companion excited. They stayed behind and sent me on ahead to deliver the message, which I have done. Now to see if a Nord can buy some mead around here. I need to report in to Jarl Svanna and the rest of the contingent from Western Skyrim, after I quench my thirst. The road we traveled was long and dusty. Remember, the Reachwind ritual site. That's where you'll find Lyris Titanborn. Yes, along with a contingent of Skyrim dignitaries. She figured it was the least she could do since the Grey Host attacked both our realms. Offer help the way Eastern Skyrim aided Solitude. Normal. I'm not sure what that is anymore. But if you're asking how we're faring, we're doing fine. Distribution of the elixir continues, and they found a way to cure the Harrow. And except for a few disorganized bands, the Grey Host is on the run. He's a big Redguard, but he looks puny next to Titanborn. Short bones, though doesn't everybody. They say he's some kind of sword master. Or was it a dragon guard? I'm not sure. It's hard to remember anything other than his beard. It's impressive.
None of these weak strangers could face me. Look at you, strutting around, thinking you're tough. Sure, you may have seen a clash or two, tricked yourself into believing you hold a warrior spirit. But could you stand against the true Reach challenge? Don't you have a gut of stone? Well, how's a den crawling with otherworldly beasts sound? Just you against a horde of Oblivion's worst monsters and spirits. Most outsiders would quiver in fear at the thought. I sure do. A cave lies to the south that my clan calls Vatishran Hollows. We hold the Vatishran's rights there, a combat ritual meant to test our warriors' mettle. I challenge you to go there. Prove that you belong in the Reach. Impressive grit. A shame the rights will definitely kill you. This cart can take you to Vatishran Hollows right away. Otherwise, head south to find the cave entrance. I'll send word ahead to my clanmate Khadgarn. Speak to him when you get there. Our clan uses the rights to determine which of our children shall ascend into adulthood. If they survive the challenge, they come out as full Reach warriors. They carry all the privileges and responsibilities that the clan offers. Ha! Indeed it is. Which means it'll be the perfect match for an outsider.
Ah, you should. When I received Enger's message, I thought for sure he jested. A stranger from beyond the Reach would never agree to partake in the Varishan's rites. And yet, here you stand. Are you certain you want to do this? Usually Reach folk train their entire lives for this day. They enter knowing full well that it may mean their death. If you choose to turn back now, you shall lose your pride, but keep your life. So, once more I ask, are you ready? Twice you affirmed to me your commitment to the rites. So it shall be. The path lies before you. Through here you will meet a rites matron. Speak with her to begin the challenge. I wish you luck. Perhaps you will emerge to honor the Reach. By even agreeing to perform the Varishan's rites, you show more courage than other outsiders. The Reach crawls with those who don't belong here these days. But only you show us this respect. Let's hope you survive. The rites matron oversees every entrant into the Vatershrun's rites, providing them instruction and ensuring we follow our clan's oldest traditions. She held this honor long before I was born, and I suspect she will continue long after I fall.
Outsider. You perform beyond our expectations.
You made it all the way to the end. Only one final challenge left. Me? Oh, ah! What? Oh, magic! I feel it. Tearing me apart!
Pray once more. I can feel such power within these walls. I shall take yours. Wait.
summon such a creature for this challenge. Vatashran's rights now end. You did more than we expected. Well done. A hard-won victory. Feel pride, outsider. The Spirit Blood clan shall remember your accomplishment for all time. Though it comes at the loss of our first Vatashran. This incursion of the Void into the Hollows concerns all the sisters. Although we see your true warrior nature now. It shines through your skin and bones. A glow of strength unseen in previous outsiders. You deserve your song among the Spirit Blood clan. Fear not, outsider. Vatashran's rights must continue. Challenges surround us, come at us from every direction. We must constantly test our warriors to keep them strong. Void stuff from between places. Some witches of the Reach wish to control it, empower themselves with its energy. They transform into a Void Mother, like you saw. The sisters will keep the infection at bay. Such is our duty to the Spirit Blood. The Void Mother consumed his spirit. Our first Vatashran is unmade. Although he created these rites, we sisters shall keep it alive. And the Spirit Blood clan will sing his song for eternity.
He is shocked that you are still his friend. He would have said it is far easier for a mammoth to pass through the eye of a needle. It is something crazy. Your crates are gone, my friend. But there are always additional crates available for purchase. Goodbye, my friend.
Easy, friend. I'm not your enemy. I'm not one of those monsters, and I didn't kill this one. It was the blonde giant and her companion. Lyris? Yes, I think that's what her companion called her. They saved us. We were prisoners of Grey Host vampires, bound for the blood pens, I'm sure. Then that armored giant, Lyris, you say? She strolled into camp and demanded they free us. To be perfectly honest, I had my eyes closed through most of it. There was a lot of shouting and cursing. Threats were made. I heard the blonde giant laugh. Then I heard a great swoosh. Lots of them. Must have been her axe and her companion's sword. Every last one of them. They found something on the leader, though. A letter, I think. It got her companion all excited. Pin mentioned Valthum and departed without another word. So I stuck around to see if I could find anything else of value.
Take that, you bastard! Damned vampires. At least that fine Redguard and his blonde giant knew how to deal with them. Aye, that's what the handsome Redguard called her. They came out of nowhere and saved my clan from those Grey Host bastards. As grateful as I am, I do not think saving us was their primary purpose. They took down the vampire leader and searched her. Do not deny me. Not exactly, but they found a letter she was carrying. I'm not one of those imperialized reach folk, so I wouldn't have been able to read it if I tried. Must have been important, though, because the blonde giant started asking me questions. She wanted to know about Reach history. Now, I'm not one to offer a drowning nor to branch, but they did just save my clan, So I suggested you find a Vateshran at Rodan Ring. If you're looking for the Red Guard and his giant, check there.
Are you seeing this? Incredible.
There's my partner. Over here. Welcome, partner. I take it you got my message? Problem? More like an opportunity. And it all has to do with these letters we found on the Grey Host leaders at the Reachwood ritual site and Valthume. Well, I can't argue with that description. Sai Sahan is certainly all those things and more. We were on our way to Markarth to meet Savannah when we decided to help out the locals with their Grey Host problem. That's when we found the letters. Maybe nothing, but for Sai, maybe everything. We think there's a third letter out there. Sai's in Gloomreach trying to acquire it. Go help him while I finish here. I'm hoping to talk to one of the Reach lore keepers, a Vateshran. If I can find one. What? You have a problem with me and Sai spending some quality time together killing Grey Host vampires? Maybe even find a few moments to be alone? Anyway, he came to see me and then agreed to help as we wrap up things here in the Reach. Maybe nothing, but for Sai, maybe everything. We think there's a third letter out there. Sai's in Gloomreach trying to acquire it. Go help him while I finish here. I'm hoping to talk to one of the Reach lore keepers, a Vateshran. If I can find one. Thanks, partner. I really want to talk to one of the Vateshrans and see if they can tell me more about what's in these documents. In the meantime, go to Gloomreach and help Sai. It's not the letters themselves, it's what's in them. There are references to Rada al-Saran and a Reach hero, as well as something that ties them both to Sai Sahan's martial traditions. It might be nothing, but Sai wants to investigate. You're gonna have to trust me on this one, partner. This is Sai's tale to tell. I'm just trying to help him. And I hope you are too. Now get to Gloom.
Yeah!
step away to deal with a stray werewolf and someone steals my prize? So, what did you find in the coffer? It warms my heart to see you again, my friend. I take it you came at Lyris's behest? Now tell me, did you happen to find a letter in that coffer? Let me have a look. Yes. This is what I was seeking. The third letter between the vampire leaders. But I was afraid of this. They don't tell the complete story. That's my snow lily. She would never betray my confidence. Not even to a trusted partner such as yourself. I, however, will share what I know. I can't expect you to help if you don't know what's involved. Before becoming a vampire, Rada al-Saran was a Redguard swordmaster who once battled Leki to a standstill. According to the letters, he lost his ability to manifest the Shihai, his spirit sword. Then he met the Reach hero, Fallon, the Red Eagle. That's what I was hoping to learn, but the letters fail to provide any detail. I too have never been able to manifest my Shihai. I was hoping to gain insight from these letters. It seems we'll have to look elsewhere, though. Lyris went to Hraldan Ring to talk to Avadashran, a Reach lorekeeper, to find a local version of the story. I suggest we go to the source, a sacred site dedicated to Fallon, Red Eagle Redoubt. Look for Avada. Anyone can learn anything from anybody, if they are patient and willing to listen. I was hoping that the letters would reveal more of the story, but they lack the details necessary to understand how Red Eagle helped Rada al-Saran. I'm not an expert on Reach lore. That's why we need to find Avadashran. However, none of the legends I've heard suggest Fallon was anything other than a Reachman. The stories do say he was armed with a flaming sword. Maybe that's the connection. It's what the Reach folk call their lore keepers. They don't have a written language, so they remember history through stories and songs. With any luck, we'll find Avadashran at Red Eagle Redoubt, who knows the story of Rada al-Saran and Fallon. It was purely by chance. When Lyris and I helped the people at the Reachwind ritual site, we discovered a letter on the Grey Host leader. A number of the vampire commanders were discussing the story through correspondence. I was intrigued.
Treasure?
sense you search for knowledge, outsider. What song do you seek? Something brings you to this sacred place, outsider. I sense your desire for knowledge. Speak, and tell me what song you seek. That is a rare and ancient tale, one not often spoken of, let alone shared with those from beyond the clans. Tell me, outsider, why does this story matter to you? Tesfera has told all who will listen about the handsome Redguard and the blonde giant who walks at his side. About what they did for her clan. Very well. What specifically about the tale interests you and your friends? Ah, yes. Red Eagle was a great warrior as well as a great teacher. All I can tell you is that an ancient cave sits below this sacred redoubt. If this particular song is meant for you and your friends, you will find the answers you seek there.
We just got here, partner. What did you find out? We got here just in time to hear the very end of your conversation with the Vateshran partner. Want to fill me in on the parts we missed? I appreciate that the Reach folk noticed. You'd be surprised how often what we do is taken for granted. If you can find that cave, Sai and I will follow shortly. I want to check something I learned in Hroldan Ring with the Vateshran. Yep, this must be the place. Hey, partner, let's talk. The Vateshran was willing to open up a bit more. Must have been my shining personality. She suggested that we'd find something important in this cave, but that we might have to work to uncover it. The Vateshran explained that the Reach folk have a story concerning Red Eagle and a fallen sword saint. How they met in this cave to exchange knowledge. Since that time, the cave has been left alone. Who knows what's beneath all the undergrowth? You clear the undergrowth. Sai and I will be ready to extract whatever we find.
Snow Lily, look. Is that? Yes, it's a song.
Reach out, Red Eagle. Your destiny awaits. Another verse. Your turn, Sai.
Clear your mind, Red Eagle. Don't surrender to the fates.
Fill your heart with a song that makes it roar.
And let your spirit, your love, and your life, let it soar. Then it will come to you, your love, your life, your sword.
Of course, Sai. Don't you see? You never fight for what you want, only for what others need. I think I understand. I think I know the meaning of this ancient song. I think the song tells us that Red Eagle had to clear his mind before he could embrace his destiny. That he had to fill his heart with the thing he loved the most. For Red Eagle, that was his people. For Rada al-Saran, probably his Grey Host. Sai always lets his duty guide his actions. He fights for others, for what they need, for the greater good. He needs to decide what he truly wants to fight for. Only then can he claim his spirit sword. Meet us outside, partner. I need to talk to Sai. Hey, partner. I think we figured it out. Ancient legends, old songs. It's all up to Sai now. The Shihai. It's a sacred and private thing to a Redguard. I tried to help Sai. Told him what I thought. What happens next? That's up to him. Thanks for your help, partner. If we're keeping score, I owe you. A lot. Now I need to talk to Sai. I think I understand, Sai. You need to put aside your duty, just this once, and focus on what you want.
Duty isn't easily set aside for someone like me, Snow Lily.
Focus, Sai. Just this once. Fill your heart with what you need. Reach out, Red Eagle. Your destiny awaits.
Clear your mind, Red Eagle. Don't surrender to the fates.
Fill your heart with the song that makes it roar.
And let your spirit, your love, and your life, let it soar.
Then it will come to you, your love, your life, your sword. Sai, your sword. It's working. Sai, that's amazing.
The words, they led me to the true answer. The one thing I have always loved above all else.
And what was that, Sai?
I thought of you, Snow Lily. I thought of you.
Aye, you're an outsider. I guess when the Ard made us put up those scratchings he calls signs, it really worked. Attracted you right to my business. Unfortunately, we're closed right now. Come back later, and bring your gold. Artzand. Sounds dwarven. I guess that's why you came to see me. No one in Markarth knows more about the deep folk and their scrap than old Nolavan. Now, keystones. That's another matter. Could refer to a wedge that supports an arch, maybe? Well, that is the other kind. You might be able to find one in Batharzel. I could sell you a map to the place, but it won't be cheap. Or if you do a simple job for me, I'll give you the map as payment. Quick work that would help me a great deal. Aye, more than cover it. Here's your map. Leads right to Batharzel, I guarantee it. You might need to do a little searching to find the entrance, but that map will get you close. Now, please, I have so much work to do before I can open the shop.
Hey you, Verandis has need of you. Verandis said he sent you to talk to the scrap dealer, and here you are. Good to see you, by the way. Anyway, Verandis needs to talk to you. Right away, he said. So let's go. He did. Here, let me mark a location on your map. That's Rebel's Retreat, what Arana and her people call their camp in the foothills. Verandis wants you to meet him there. You should move quickly. Verandis has a way with words, but he's still a verbose high elf vampire noble from High Rock, any and all of which can get you killed in the Reach. Funny you should mention that. Oh, he went out into the foothills all right, but before Verandis could find them, the rebels found him. Seems to be working out, at least for the moment. Well enough, I suppose. Thanks for asking. Adusa drags her tail a bit every now and then. Still fighting off the worst of Aseni's experiments, I think. But so far, no turning into a blood knight, so, you know, success. What's to tell? It's a Reach folk camp in the foothills. Probably the main base for the rebels, but I'm just guessing. I was with Verandis when the rebels surrounded us. I wanted to fight, but the Count held me back. That's when Arana appeared. Hang on, let me think. The camp's set up inside an old Nord ruin. It's surprisingly sturdy for something that was abandoned a long time ago. The rebels seem to be running low on supplies. Food, weapons, armor. Well, her and Verandis did most of the talking. I'm not sure I trust the witch, but I trust Verandis. He says she's a friend. That's good enough for me.
Finally, someone who looks strong enough to actually help. They've gone too far. This will not stand.
Lots of good opportunities for pickpocketing here. Just saying.
The yard had strange visitors today. Outsiders asking about Arana.
Looking for brave adventurers of all skill sets.
Are you here about the notice? So many new faces in the city, but we could use the help. If you need work and aren't concerned about the risks, then we should talk. As a former Imperial consul, I assure you that this is all above board. Oh, not me. At least not directly. I'm more of an administrator. Have been since the days of the Longhouse Emperors. Luckily, Art Caddock likes me and decided to keep me employed. You want Bralthahon, Gwennifa, and Neldenna. They offer jobs on a daily basis. If you want to work alone, see Brothahan. Odd tasks, but they pay well. For group work, talk to Gwennifa and Neldenna. Their jobs are dangerous. Bring friends. Here's an advance, to show you that Ard Kaddock personally supports these efforts. Remember,
Urana. Here comes my associate now.
Aye, that one I know. Very well, Verandis. I'll speak to them. I see Verandis' word is good. He said I could treat with you, and here you are. The Count tells me that Lady Belaine and the Grey Host leader, Rada El Saran, seek some powerful relic. The Arcthazand Keystone. Is that correct? Let me see your map. Yes, I know that name. But dwarven mischief riddles the bones of the Reach. It could be anywhere. My mother called this place the Hissing Maze. Said it's full of mechanical monsters that guard a trove of silver. 3 marks. 3 places to search. All right. I'll help you in Verandis, but not before the spirits bless our alliance. I want you to undertake a ritual. If the spirits favor you, we'll face the Grey Host together. Positive thoughts, Harrier. Positive thoughts. Participate in the ritual. Then we will see what we will see. Without the blessings of the spirits, 'twould be unseemly for this alliance to go forward. The ritual begins with the preparation. Gather a Briarheart seed, a Hagraven's eye, and a handful of bright river shale. Check to the east, west, and south.
good eye. I didn't even see that runestone at first. good. I didn't want to walk.
The Harrier returns, swift as a crow on the wing. I have prepared the ritual fire. Did you bring the components I requested? Well done, Harrier. Now, once we undertake this ritual, we will be bound by blood and spirit. It's a union stronger than stone and more eternal than the stars. Are you ready for such a commitment? Good. So am I. Let's hope the spirits feel the same way. Place the components in the fire and stand back. No matter what you see or hear, stand your ground and think about our alliance. Keep that purpose in your mind. Understand? Heed our call, Hunt King. Two great packs seek the same full moon. Make them one, bound by common prey. Let Rach and Raven drink of the same dark blood. How your blessing, mighty Hircine. Send a sign and guide our hunt. Look, Hircine paints our quarry in smoke and stars. Our pact has been blessed, Harrier. The ritual was a success. Our union has been blessed by Hircine himself. I'm not certain what the spirits showed us, but I'll figure it out eventually. I always do. Are you ready? Aye, Harrier. We're bound together now. And how else will you find anything in those forsaken depths? I think the skytail we saw in the fire, the snake, will point the way. Once I figure out how it connects to all this, that is. That's what we call the shapes in the stars. Constellations is your word, I think. Some of my sisters can read the stars the way you read a book. See the future. Learn the truth in every twinkle. I don't have the knack. It's fire and bones for me. We made a pact, and Hircine blessed it. He put us on the scent, and I plan to track it to the end. Besides, without someone who knows the Reach, the map's useless. You know what monsters hate? Silver. According to the stories, the Tharzel is full of it. I need to speak to Tayfern before I set out. Go on, Harrier. I'll find you on the trail.
Keep Orana safe, my friend. Without her, I'm not sure the rebels will honor our new agreement.
Look, Harrier. A plaque. Let's examine it.
Watching you harvest is exciting. I can't wait to see what you're going to do with that.
That's a skytail. We call it the Hunter, but I think you would refer to it as the Thief. take a look. That's the Witch in the Stars, or the Mage, as you call it.
Yes! Are we going to race? Yeah.
We think the dwarves placed these plaques, but no one really knows. See what that one says. That depicts the sky tail of the headsman. I think your people call it the warrior. I knew it would come to me, eventually. The ritual, the plaques, the map. It finally makes some sense now. You missed it too. What a pair we make. What did Hircine show us? He revealed the snake, which I thought was just a substitute for our prey. But the sky tails on the plaques, the witch, the headsman, and the hunter, they're the Wraith Guardians. Look at your map. See how the marks form the shape of the snake in the stars? And see how one mark is missing? If I place it here, we see the snake in its entirety. That's where we need to go. As for the Wraith Guardians, well, we'll see. Storytellers say the dwarves knew the stars better than anyone. Strange passion for people who lived underground, eh? Anyway, let's get to this final location. The snake in the stars is the corruptor, the enemy. If permitted, it would consume the lesser stars without hesitation. Luckily, the guardians, the headsman, the witch, and the hunter, stand strong and defend the lesser stars. The hunter is the wiliest of the Sky Tales, clever as an old fox and swift as a young one. She watches the snake in the stars, finding it no matter where it slithers. She teaches us to keep our feet quiet and our keels as silent as the night. He carries an axe, doesn't he? The headsman stands for swift ends and payment in kind. He delivers justice and punishment in equal measure. The witch shines her light on covens that protect the rich from outsiders and others who mean to do rich folk harm. Her good eye sees through everything, rock, water and flesh, to find the hard truths. And when she speaks, she never lies.
Yeah.
Aye, this must be the spot. Just look at all this dwarf craft. The entrance to Batharsel must be around here somewhere. Always a trick with dwarves, though. Look at these pillars. More sky tails. Turn those stones in the right order, and I think we'll find our door.
This looks promising.
Indeed. A dwarven lock of some kind, I suspect.
You hear that? Well done. I've hit something, Harrier. That looks right to me. That did it! Wait. Something's not right.
The door opened, but something happened to Irana. She mentioned something about her darkness. We should check on her, but we also need to determine that the keystone we seek is here. No, that she has a sensitivity that I do not possess. Most powerful witches do. Let's hope she recovers quickly. It is said that mechanical horrors guard the depths of Bethar's Zell. No matter what, we must find the keystone. Mind the shadows and be on your guard. In addition to the mechanical traps and defenders, we know that Lady Belaine is also seeking the keystone.
All right. I'm ready when you are. There's something in there. Something more than dwarven tricks and devices. Not sure what it is, but I felt it.
Wendis and I can cover more ground on our own. Let's find the keystone.
So this is Bethar's Zell, eh? Mind your feet, Harrier. Every bit of metal in here means to come harm. They cut the heart out of the ground. It's an entire city under the earth, hiding something worse beneath.
destroy you!
Something higher. Something awful. Deal with the rest of these meat beasts. I hear something. Wailing and scratching at the walls. There's darkness all around.
There. That must be the Artisan Keystone.
Verandis. So it's true. You are alive. Nevertheless, the Keystone is mine.
I told you I saw him, skulking around Markarth. He's not as impressive as you led me to believe.
Enough, Belaine. Take the Keystone. My Verandis would give chase. This pathetic creature. I don't know what it will decide to do.
Rada, you must listen. There's still time to make things right. Rada? Rada!
I don't hear any clanking behind us. I think we're clear. Curse that Lady Belaine. I thought if we could acquire the Keystone, we could finally get the upper hand. I'm tired of snapping at the heels of the Grey Host. I want to go for the throat. Maybe, but you have to go alone from here, Harrier. There's a fork in the path, and we need to go our separate ways. At least for a while. There's something down here. A darkness. Like leeches in a pond, it takes little bites of my soul. I need to get back to the surface. I need to see the sky, feel the wind on my skin. I'll rally the warriors and start preparing for the fight to come. Protect your heart, Harrier. This darkness will eat at you too. Keep an eye on Verandas, Harrier. Rada al-Saran was toying with him. He's got plans for your friend, I think. It's hard to explain. Most witchcraft is. Imagine a boulder. Heavy, solid, huge. Now imagine some grinning bastard lowering it onto your chest. Slowly at first, but it starts to crush you. Little by little, it becomes harder to breathe. It feels like a wet rag sliding down my throat, choking the life out of me. I'll manage. But you need to stay wary. All of you. Whatever it is, it's like a black pit at the center of a sour fruit. And I don't think it belongs in this world. Dwarf magic is hard to hold. It's so clean, all straight angles, no frayed edges. So natural is what it is. The Keystone might open a door, but more than that, it's eager. It doesn't just want to open, it wants to activate something. I'll send crafters to gather some. We'll fashion it into weapons, arrow tips, coated blades. We have a few metalworkers in the clans. Use what's on hand to survive, same as always. Silver hurts the Grey Host, so we'll work with silver.
Gwendis, think this through.
No. They slipped the noose once. That's not going to happen again.
My friend, I thought I could catch Rada and Lady Belaine. Convince him to... Anyway, I'm sorry I failed us. They acquired the Keystone and escaped across the river, toward that dwarven structure in the distance. Unlike Gwendis, we can't rush off without a plan. Clear heads will win the day, mark my words. This contest is far from over. With a fresh trail to follow and new allies at our side, victory is closer than ever. And much of that is because of you. This must be Blackreach. I've read the legends, but I never thought it was real. The stories hardly do it justice. Perhaps one day I'll have an opportunity to explore it more fully. For now, we have work to do. Are you still with me, my friend? Ah, the Keystone. What is it, and how is it connected to that dwarven structure? Why are they so important to Rada and Lady Belaine? Perhaps they seek to harness some sort of dwarven sorcery? Well, regardless, we can't allow them to achieve their goal. Yes, but we need to proceed with caution. We don't know the purpose of the Keystone, and we don't know what they plan to do with it. That said, we are not without our own talents. We can overcome any obstacles and find a way forward. We always do. I'll meet you across the river. Together we'll find a way to enter that ruin. Seeing Rada again, it reopened many old wounds. He wasn't always the villain. At least, I like to think he wasn't. Ah, fool's hope is a dangerous thing. I was able to study the Keystone, briefly, before Rada and Belaine snatched it away. It's a faceted stone bound by a metal band, obviously of dwarven design. I'm not a Dwemer expert, but the Keystone... it could have 1,000 different uses. It shares some similarities with Ayleid Welkin stones, but as far as I know, the Ayleids and dwarves had little to do with each other. It's puzzling. Magic stones often serve as power sources, as well as keys and even weapons. I reached that same conclusion, my friend. Let's get over there and find out, shall we? And if the opportunity presents itself, perhaps I can get Rodder to see reason and abandon this destructive course he's set for the Grey Host. Conflicted. I suppose you could say that. We were friends once, partners, in a great and noble undertaking. And then Rodder changed. Maybe it was me. Who can say? He betrayed what we believed in, and then he died. Without a doubt. Rodder's plans, whatever they are, will prove catastrophic to the mortal realm if allowed to proceed unchecked. I hope I can talk to him, appeal to his better half, and make him see reason. If not, I'll do whatever I must to end this. We have the ability to mask our condition from mortals, but it takes a powerful vampire indeed to hide from another one of our kind. As much as I hate to admit it, Belaine fooled me. I can tell you this, she's unlike any vampire I've met before. All vampires carry the stain of Molag Bal. It's the inescapable reality of our condition. But Lady Belaine, I sensed something else inside her. A vacant darkness. Still, if I can speak to Rodder, perhaps we can settle this without bloodshed. I'll meet you outside the ruin, my friend.